Folks, again, I'm not going to do the old dancing with the arms up in the air and whatever, but I just can't believe what's happened the last couple of weeks. I can't, honestly. It was only a couple of weeks ago I was celebrating reaching the 1,000 mark. I think I got 1,000 subscribers. I might have even said something when I reached 1,100, but I'm not sure that I did. I don't know that I did. But I've just hit 1,200 in the last, well, it happened yesterday, hit 1,200, then it went down to 1,199, so somebody left me. It's gone back up to 1,200 today, and I just can't believe it. I mean, it's weird. There's a channel, one of the channels that I do follow, more about those over Christmas time. I mentioned a few weeks ago, I'm going to do a series of videos on some of the channels that I follow and why I follow them and what I do and don't like about them. In only the way that I do it. I'll be very critical of many of them, even though I know I'm not perfect and mine isn't. And there's some channels I like, to be honest with you, but there's things within them that I don't. But I've got no problem telling them anything about me, don't worry about that. But one of the channels I follow, I heard him mention the other day, he's somebody that constantly pushes for subscribers. He mentions it about 3 times per video, and then he puts all the bells up and all that at the end so you can click onto things. Well, I'm not clever enough to do that. I don't know how to do it, so I've not got them on there. But he was saying in the last 3 months, his channel has gone down at 300 and odd people. What I mean by that, it's not gone down. In the previous 3 months, he must have got that many in the previous 3 months, that many. But based on his last 3 months, he's minus 340 people on what it would have been on past quarters. So I looked at my last 3 months, this was about a week ago, and I was exactly up what he was down. He was about 350 down over a 3-month period. I was 350 up, so I thought, well, I must be doing something right. Something's going well, which I'm pleased about. Maybe just because it's a newer channel, that's all, and more have got to see it. Maybe everyone that's going to see his channel now have probably seen it. Maybe he's on that level. Maybe I've not got to mine yet. God knows what it'll be, but hopefully I've not got there yet, because I want to make something of this. But I noticed that to start with, and then over the last week, I think I've had 100 subscribers on in 1 week. I've never had 100 in a week before. Tell a lie. I had that video that I did months ago now, the one that's been watched, I think, the one off of me, I think my biggest is 37,000. I had that one on, and I think I got about 60, 70, 80 subscribers in about 2 days. Totally unheard of. It took me from about 30 subscribers to over the 100 mark, if memory serves. But I just got lucky. It was at a time when a lot were covering the same story, and YouTube must have pushed it a little bit. I must have got some likes and it got pushed more. It was weird because you see the number count going up as people watch it, and I'm going to tell you folks that watch YouTube, mainly for those that subscribe, but even for those that don't, it's a weird thing. I wanted to do this just to do it. I also wanted to make money from it, and I still do in time. I'm now monetized, but I'm making buttons, absolute buttons, but hopefully in time I will make money, as it grows, that is. But I wanted to do it anyway just because I liked it, and it would give me something else to do, and it passed some time. It's a lot more than that now. It takes up too much time, but I love it, so I'm not going to stop. But it's addictive, and it's weird when you get something that's going down well. Over the last 2 or 3 days, I've got a couple of NIGEL FARAGE videos that have gone down well. And I did another video on NIGEL yesterday, or day before, that's been pretty much watched. And I want to tell the FARAGE followers the truth, that I am not a massive FARAGE fan. I don't dislike, I like him, I say that I'm not a massive fan. I don't dislike him, I'm really not a political animal. I follow nobody, I never really have done. But I said in that video, if you gave me Sunak, Starmer and FARAGE now and said, which one would you have running the country? It'd be the latter. And it'd only be the latter because I don't feel I can trust the other two. Some might say FARAGE has said this and then done that on a number of occasions. Well, many people do. Not everybody has a plan and sticks to it rigidly. Not everybody tells you this and does that 100%. Some do, but very few do. And in politics, sometimes you have to move with the ebbs and flows and whatever else. But I think on the whole, I think NIGEL's more trustworthy than the other two, and I have said that on here. I wanted to apologise to people. I didn't want people jumping on board with me, thinking it's a political channel and that I'm a flag waving NIGEL FARAGE follower, because it's not, and I'm not. But although I mentioned that to people, I think I still got about 20 subscribers. Maybe they like my honesty, I don't know. Maybe they like the way I do things, I don't know. But I felt like a bit of a fraud over a couple of days. I thought, why have I got 100 in just sort of 5 or 6 days? And I couldn't believe it. And because of it, I feel like not celebrating and jumping up and down. But inwardly, I'm really, really pleased. So I've got to 1,200, and in fact, I've lost my train of thought there. And it's what I was saying before about when the numbers go up. Over the last couple of days, I've had one of NIGEL's videos, or a video I did on NIGEL, that's watched by about 3,500, 4,500 people, which is a lot for me. There was a time yesterday, I think 1 hour, I think I had about 1,000 watches, and the next hour about 1,300. So you're seeing the clock going at your watch all the time, and it's good, it's addictive, but it's good. The time when he had that 37,000, it was unbelievable. Every second it was going up 10, or 20, or 40, or 70. And it was, I've never seen anything like it, and I thought, oh my God, is this what happens on YouTube when things are going well? Well, unfortunately, that's the only time things have gone well. That's the only time I've hit those figures. I think I've had a couple that have got over 10,000. I've had a few around the 5,000 mark, but I've only had one in the 30,000s. But I've never seen anything like it, and I thought, some of the people I follow, I do a lot with, I look at a lot, I do rate my takeaway, I look at his stuff. I never look at how many likes he's got and so on and so forth. But I do a few of the vloggers in Tenerife, which I've mentioned before, which I'm going to cover over the Christmas period, for no reason other than I just want to point some things out about how people do things and about how I do things and what I look for and what I don't and so on and so forth. But many of those vloggers in Tenerife, they put a video on, they'll get 5 or 8 or 10 or 15 or 20,000 views. I mean, there's guys on there that'll put themselves going to an airport, getting on a plane, flying on a plane and getting off in Tenerife. And 15 and 20,000 people watching. I think, why on earth would somebody want to see someone sat on a plane with a camera in front of him, maybe eating an on-flight meal? I don't get it. But then again, someone would say, well, why on earth would somebody want to see an old doddering bloke that does nothing but moan with the grey bags under his eyes, that works out of a small studio bedroom with a poster behind him and whatever else, talking all kinds of drivel about all kinds of subjects? But some people do, thankfully. But I marvel at some of the viewing figures some people get and for what they put out there, and it amazes me. Though good luck to them, you know. But honestly, when that thing is going round and round, they'll think nothing of that. They'll never look at it. They'd be blasé about it. I can't wait for it to happen again. I can't wait for the time in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, when I get another video watched by 20, 30, 40,000. Because I know it'll happen again. I don't know when it'll be, but I know it'll happen. And it's just unbelievable. Anyway, I'll get there in the end. But yeah, I've got to 1,200 now. I'm dead on 1,200. I mean, on a daily basis, I normally pick 3, 4 or 5 people up, and I'm grateful to one and all. But I'm not really ringing to celebrate and to jump up and down. I'm just ringing. I'm not coming on here to... I'm coming on here to say thanks, but I'm more than that. I'm coming on to say, I can't believe it's happening the last week. I cannot believe 100 people have jumped on board in a week. I just can't believe it. It's baffled me. I'm over the moon about it. But it's baffled me. And to that end, lastly, there won't be a minute I stayed on this long, probably only a few of my hardened watchers. I had a gent on last night and I thought it was a lovely message he sent. He said, do you know what? I've just seen a video, never seen you before. You might have said he subscribed, you might not. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I can't remember your name, sir, but I love the message. He said, it was really refreshing to watch a video and not have you banging on about subscribers and click this button and click that and click this. He said, I've actually give you a thumbs up. I don't give anybody a thumbs up. And I thought, that's great. It made me feel great. Oh, he said, I like the way you've done it. You don't mention anything, you don't ask for anything, but you've got a whiteboard. It's not a whiteboard, sir. A whiteboard behind you. It's just a piece of paper. Some have seen it fall off sometimes. I carry on talking, and there's one beneath it, my original one, and then I put it back up. The sellotape keeps coming off, you see. That's how slapdash I am. I'm not very good at anything I do. I just do my best, but it's not that good. It's all bargain basement here, you know. If I was a channel and we were linked to your Marks and Spencers and your Waitrose of this world, I'd be on bargains. That'd be me, on bargains. But yeah, he said it's really refreshing, and I think that's why I put that up here. And I did say to him when I messaged back, I said, no, about every week to 3 weeks, I mentioned, if you want to subscribe. If you want to click a bell for notifications. I push the bell more than anything else. The bell's important, because if you do like the channel and you're on like certain bits I cover, do that bell. See, I'm doing it now. Do that bell and it lets you know what's coming up. But what I do say to many people is, if you like what you see and you think, you know, no, I like it, don't push them to join anything like that. Just share anything, and I believe you can do that. You clever people know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it, honestly. Just take one of my videos, steal it, and send it to somebody else, or send it to Facebook and let them watch it, because I know that's how things grow. People see it in numbers and people jump on board. I'm happy for them to do that. If anybody wants to subscribe, I won't stop them. If they click that notification bell, it lets you know what's out there. And there's the other bit, the thumbs up. I believe that's really important to me, or a thumbs down. Thumbs up and thumbs downs, I believe, are what make YouTube push the videos. And I probably have a lot of people watching off the TV, and I don't think you can do that off the TV. It's only tablets and phones, I think, or laptops as I use. But thumbs ups are well appreciated. But although this guy said I never say anything, I've said it now. You probably won't hear it again for another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You certainly won't hear it on every video. I mean, to give you a clue, I'm going to probably do about 8 videos today. It's the only time you're late today. You won't see it tomorrow. You won't see it Sunday. I'm not going to mention subscribers, videos, thumbs up, thumbs down, all that palaver for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'll mention it now and again, but it's very rare. And the reason for that is when I watch people's videos and they do it non-stop, it really does my head in. And I mean, really does my head in. There's a guy out there with 250,000 followers, and he starts with daily and consistent content, subscribe, click this button, click that button, and give me a super thanks. His super thanks turns out to be where you can donate money. I've mentioned it once on here. One person donated money once to me because I've got something on here. You've never seen it. I've never pushed it. I never mention it because I'm embarrassed by it. But somebody told me when you set it up, it should be there because sometimes people just want to give you something to support you. Well, I'd never say no to it, but I'd never ask for it. I'm not asking now. I swear to God, I'm not asking now. And I'm really, really, really not. I said to my daughter the other day, I said, I thought that was on my videos. I don't see it anywhere. When I watch one on the TV, it's not anywhere. She said, oh, it's in your homepage. If people want to do it, they'll see it. But as I say, I never mention it. I've mentioned it now, but I never do. I never, ever, ever do. I mean, as I say, this guy's on there, 250,000 followers, and if you want to donate, donate. But he said, well, he calls it super thanks. And I think, oh, every time you put a video out and he does 3 or 4 a day, could you ask for money? I'd just be embarrassed. It would really, really embarrass me doing it. Really embarrass me. So, folks, I don't. Anyway, that's it from me. If you've watched all this, I mean, you just must be a sucker for punishment. You must just like hearing my voice, and God knows how you do, because no one else in this household does. Well, there's only wife in it now, but when they were all in it, nobody listened to me. Nobody at all listened to me. Nobody wanted to hear what I'd say. Nobody. That's why I come on here, because nobody can say, Dave, shut up. You can't say it to me. You can type it, but it won't stop me. I'll carry on. Nobody can say it to me, and I love it. Nobody can tell me to turn it down. Nobody can tell me to button it. Well, that's a zip in it, it's not a button. Do you know what I mean? So I'm free. I'm free. Well, I'm only free in this little room. When I got out of this room, I'm, under the thumb. Everybody tells me what to do. But in this little room, I'm the governor. Oh, I am my own boss, and I love it. I love it. Anyway, thanks one and all. 1,200. Can't believe it, but over the moon. Over the moon, Jim.